Happy March Madness, happy holidays. All right, we got a lot to get through and predict, so let's go on and get into it. All right, first we're going to do as a whole 1 verse 16, 2 verse 15, and all the way down the line to 8 verse 9. And then when we get into the second round, we're going to go into the regional breakdowns. All right, now last year I told you go ahead and put the 1 seeds into the second round, right? Automatically, and then well, Purdue got beat, didn't they? This year, though, it has happened. A 1 seed has gotten beaten twice in the last 6 years, but in the last 5 tournaments because there was none in 2020, which is a lot considering it's never happened before that. There's times where it's gotten close, but it never happened before that. I'm still going to say that the odds say, and Purdue's going to make damn sure that they do not lose in the first round. Go ahead and put all the 1 seeds in the second round in all of your brackets. But if you were going to choose one to lose in the first round, I would say it's Purdue. What makes this very interesting, though, is that Virginia, having lost to the 16 seed the very next year, they win it all in 2019. It'd be very interesting to see if Purdue can do the same thing. And now quickly we'll look at the number 2 seeds. This year I could see maybe 1, 2 seed getting upset by the 15s, but I don't think it's Tennessee. I think if anyone were to be upset, I honestly think it would be Marquette or Iowa State. And to that point, according to ESPN Bet, Marquette and Iowa State have the 2 lowest spread. Marquette is a 14.5 favorite, and Iowa State is a 16.5 favorite, while the other 2 are 20 plus. And I don't think it'll be Arizona. Look, I don't think it'll be any of the 4. Like, I think the 2 seeds are going to win, but I think if you had to choose a 2 seed to lose, I think it is Iowa State. Look, I know Iowa State just had a great run and a great season, but Iowa State plays the Houston and Virginia type of defense where sometimes in the tournament that gets you beat if you're not shooting well, as we just saw with Virginia last night as well. Now, of course, I made a bunch of different brackets, so that's why I'm telling you all the scenarios that I think are possible, but I think it's still more probable that all 4 2 seeds win in the first round. And of the 15 seeds, I think Western Kentucky is the best 15 seed. Now we move on to the 3 versus 14 seed matchups. 14 seeds were taking down number 3 seeds more common really over the last 10 years, as from 2013 to 2016, a 14 was won at least once. After that, it wouldn't happen again until 2021, and it didn't happen in 22 or 23. So if you just go on that information, a 14 seed is probably due either this or next year to win one. Looking at the matchups in the overall teams, I think that the best 14 seed is Morehead State. And I also give them the best chance to win in the first round as well, but I don't know against Illinois. Illinois is feeling really good, and that's one Big Ten team that I'm really high on is Illinois. I will say Terrence Shannon Jr. versus Riley Minix, I think, is going to be a really fun matchup there. And overall, I think it's going to be the most fun game. So if I had to go with one to upset, it is Morehead State. I think the 3 seeds go on again. On to the 4 versus 13 matchups, and this is where it starts to get a lot more interesting. The 4 versus 13 might surprise you a little bit. Over the last 20 years, a 13 has beaten a 4 seed 17 times. So it's happening a little bit less than once per year. And it might sound crazy to you, but I'm looking right at you, Samford. Samford hasn't been to the tournament in 24 years. Kansas is pretty good all the way around, and they're a good defensive team, but they're also a little bit banged up. So that's my clear-cut upset alert matchup. But I also think Charleston could do it, even though I think Alabama's a really good team. Charleston is also hot. They've won 12 games in a row. And I don't know if anyone's as good on offense as Alabama, but Charleston can also score. So this may end up being the best matchup of the 4 versus 13s, and it could be one of the better matchups of the entire first round. Charleston in Alabama is a game that I would definitely want you to watch, and I'm not really high on Yale at all. Now we go to the famous 5 versus 12 matchups, and the number 12 did not win last year, which means there might be 2, might be 3 12s winning this year. There's never been a year where all 4 12 seeds won. But 3 12 seeds has happened more often than you might think. Over the last 10 years, it happened in 2019, like I said, 2014, and in 2013. And yeah, like I said, it didn't happen last year. Okay, so who are our 12 seeds that we're going after? Grand Canyon, McNeese, and James Madison. I love all 3 of them. I'm not in love with UAB. I just think they're in a bad matchup. San Diego State is here to play. And I'm also a big fan of this year's Wisconsin team, but you know, they could get bounced like Virginia with the way that they play. Usually, though, Wisconsin is a solid second-round Sweet 16 tournament team. UAB also has the worst spread at 7.5. So I hesitate more on James Madison more than I do Grand Canyon. I'm all over this Grand Canyon team. I also love McNeese, but shout out to the committee for not choosing McNeese versus Wisconsin, because that game would have been, 48-46. McNeese plays a lot like Wisconsin in the terms of slowing the pace down and defensive points per game. 6 versus 11 is basically, we're going to rate these games as if they played 10 times, as if you've made 10 brackets. An even more fun 5 versus 12 matchup. Since 2005, at least one number 11 seed has won one. And since 2016, the number 11 seeds are more likely to go on to the second round than the 6 seed is, as the number 11 has won 15 matchups and the number 6 has won 13. To me, that just shows you how close the competition is. 11 seeds are guys that are on the bubble against a 6 seed who is, definitely in the tournament. Last year, it was Pitt who beat Iowa State. I'm telling you, Iowa State, watch out. And then in 2022, 3 11 seeds beat the 6, as Iowa State was the 11 seed in 2022. So really, if you want to sound like a know-it-all for March Madness, you tell everyone that the 6 versus 11 is the new 5 versus 12. This has a higher winning percentage, no doubt about it, especially in the last 10 years. Alright, so which number 11 seeds is it going to be? Well, New Mexico has Jamal Mashburn Jr., so I'm going to go with New Mexico, and I also think Oregon has a great chance. The people and the books both don't love Duquesne, but I could definitely see that happening. However, I think NC State is the 11 seed with the worst odds to go on. I'm going to give them 3 brackets out of 10. I give New Mexico and Oregon 6, and Duquesne gets 4. The 7 versus 10 matchup. Man, when a 10 seed wins, it's almost not really even an upset anymore. But it is still an upset. The 10 seed wins about 40% of the time. But unlike the 11s and the 12s, the 10s have swept the number 7s before. It's only happened once, but it has happened. So, which of the 10 seeds do I like in these matchups? First of all, I do not love Nevada. Nevada is not good at rebounding at all, and they're going against one of the best rebounders in the NCAA, in Deron Holmes II out of Dayton. So, I just think it's a terrible matchup for Nevada. However, I love Drake. I love DeVries. I think he's amazing. He's gone off this whole year, and I think he's going to again. Washington State, though, I'm not sure that they're getting enough credit here. Washington State, a very good team, but I've been high on Drake as my sleeper team before the seeds were even announced, so I was very happy to see them as a 10. And while obviously Texas has looked impressive over the season as well, I think you gotta like where Colorado State is mentally. However, when it comes to Florida, I think Florida's gonna beat either one of the two. Because of the respect I do have for Washington State, I give Drake a 6 out of 10, but it is my favorite 10 seed. I take that back. Colorado State probably is. I just don't love the matchup with Florida. But I'll give them 5. I give Boise State or Colorado 4, and Nevada gets 3. Now, for the last seeding matchups, we move on to the literal coin flip, the 8 versus the 9. 3 of these matchups feature a Big Ten team, and the Big Ten is the schools that I watch the most, of course, being a Michigan State fan. I know the nation loves TCU and the books do too, but I'm not so sure. I think Utah State is the better team here. I actually like the 8 seeds to win over the 9s this year. There's only one 9 seed I like more than the 8s, and that is my own Michigan State. A lot of the nation does too, and that gets me nervous, but I mean, we usually do good as a lower seed anyways, which is pretty cool. Of the 8s and the 9s, I think the worst team is Northwestern. So give me Florida Atlantic, who I absolutely love, and yes, they could win in the second round too. And yes, I know they'd be playing UConn. But I actually give Florida Atlantic 7 out of 10 here. I give Nebraska the slight edge at 6. I almost just want to say 5.5 because I think that one is a literal coin flip. I give Michigan State a 6 out of 10. And I also give Utah State a 6 out of 10. I think they should be the one favored, even though I understand why everyone's on TCU. I think it should be damn near a pick'em game, so I'm going to take points with Utah State. So in my videos bracket, in the Sweet 16, I've got 3 teams that are outside the top 4 seeds. That is Grand Canyon, Florida, and Drake. Wow, I had all number 5 seeds go down. I had 2 seeds make it, all the number 1s, all the number 4s, and all the number 3s. Or no, excuse me, not all the number 4s. I had Grand Canyon beat Alabama. 3 number 4s. And yeah, that seems about right. I think these number 4s are some of the best number 4s in the NCAA tournament history. Alabama's one of the best offenses, maybe the best offense. And then Kansas and Duke are both 4 seeds. And then you got Auburn at a 4 seed as well. So there you have it, guys. There's a quick little guide, some numbers and stats, and a little bit of predictions as we head on into the first week of the NCAA March Madness Men's Tournament. Be sure to like this video, share this video with people who love March Madness, especially if you know a Michigan State fan, and make sure you're subscribed for more basketball. You know, the NBA playoffs are like a month away. We got the NFL draft coming up. All types of offseason moves have happened in the NFL. And of course, our series here at America Sports, He's a Beast. So stay tuned for a whole lot more of America Sports. Thank you all, have a great day, and you'll catch me in the next one. Happy Match Madness. I was going to say Happy Match Madness, everybody. Happy Match. I almost did it again.